Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the first episode, or the 0 episode of whatever you want to call it, of the Grey Gibraltar draft with Hound Dogs. Today, we're just going to go through the squads and take a look at kind of the players that have been drafted for each team in the league, as well as the coaches. And of course, we'll also take a look at our team, how things are planning to go. And in the next episode, we'll have our first game of the season. So, we'll start things off with Glasses United. They've brought in a few decent players in the draft. They've got the likes of Maicon, who's obviously the fullback, 39 years old, but still a very good player. He'll have a plenty of experience for them. Sebastian Larson, another one with loads of experience, 36 years old, very good at free kick taking, so could be a game changer for them. Ricardo Vazte, striker, obviously formerly of the likes of West Ham, Hull, Bolton, all those sorts of teams. So he's, again, played a lot of football, 34 years old, a decent player that could play almost anywhere up the top. Costel Pantilimon, 6'7", giant Romanian. Again, another very good player. They've also got the likes of Aurelien Chedju, the Cameroonian international, playing at centre half. Good looking player there. And Stefan Mbia, who can play almost anywhere down the middle, centre back, centre midfield, defensive midfield, wherever you want him to play, he can certainly slot in there. They've also got Matteo Musacchio, another centre-half who's very good. Top of the game, really. 30 years old. One of the younger players in the draft. Still looking very nice. And then you've got Jack Wilshere. He's come in as well. Another player who's, he's got the injury worries, but still can change a game straight away when it comes to just playing in the games. If he is fit. Nigel Hasselbank, obviously son of a star, but can he make his own star? Can he come across very good? That's the question, really. Diafra Saka, another one who looks very good. He's obviously come in having been abroad as well. Under 23s, I think there may be a couple in here as well. Because I don't think, is that all of them? It may have been. I'm not actually sure. I haven't checked here. It does look like that was all of the players. Seems like some of the players may not have officially joined the clubs. Lincoln, Red Imps, they brought in Lee Cap in goal. He's already been offered a no contract and accepted it. So there you go. Emiliano Nsu, fullback for them. He's obviously Equator Guinean. But again, very versatile on that right-hand side. Bruno Alves, another player who's 39 years old, so getting on a little bit, but look at that natural fitness, the aggression, the heading, the determination is all there, and 15 leadership isn't bad either. Then we've also got Gael Clichy coming in at left back, another fantastic player to have in the side. Nigel de Jong as well, sitting in centre midfield with Mbak Basufa as well, Mubarak Basufa. And then Elkson up top, the Chinese international, former Brazilian, that sort of thing as well. So very good there. And the likes of Lincoln obviously are one of the favourites in the competition, as they've previously won it loads. They've been very good. They've brought in a lot of Gibraltar players from the Football League and stuff. So like Scott Wiseman, Kean Ronan as well. So there's a few in there to keep an eye out for. Next up, we've got Lions. Roman Pavlyuchenko is a big standout. 40 years old, or 39, soon to be 40 years old. He's looking very good. Dan Seaborn, another one who's not the biggest name on the team sheet, but certainly someone who can do a job for you. Wayne Hennessy as well. John Obi Mikel, another player he's a big name. Certainly. Anthony van den Bora, a good right back option, but can also play defensive midfield if needed. So versatility, great. Steve Derrida's the same, can play almost anywhere in the opposition half. So not to worry there. Stefan Sessignon, again, another one who can do the same thing. So there's plenty of players in this side that can be a bit versatile. Jerome Sinclair, 24 years old, looks pretty good for a 24-year-old. And he'll be around for a long time. So if they can offer him a bigger contract, then obviously that's great. And then you've got Mario Balotelli as well, who's probably one of the best players in the draft. It's just making sure you can keep him in check. That's probably the only thing otherwise. Otherwise, under 23s, I don't think there's anyone in there that we need to have a look at. I think they've got everyone in the first team absolutely fine. Let's take a look, though, at Lynx FC. Goran Pandev, another great player, 37 years old. Fantastic determination, flair, off the ball, teamwork. His mentals are brilliant. So a great one to have mentoring the younger players in the side. Ben Alnwick, another one there with a little fly on the screen. He's a decent goalkeeper to come in as well. Wilson Palacios playing centre midfield. Again, pretty well rounded, to be fair. 36 years old. Almost 100 caps for Honduras as well. So he's very experienced. Alex Song is another one in there who's got Premier League experience. Doesn't look anywhere near as good as he used to be for the likes of Arsenal and Barcelona. So, but with those mentals, he could still do a job for you. William Van Queer, again, very well-rounded as well. Jonathan Petroipa, another player who's got some great flair, someone who can really change a game for you. You can play centre midfield or even on the right-hand side if needed. Quadwo Asamoah, another one who can be pretty versatile if you need him to, and he looks very, very good still. And then Yaya Sanogo as well up top, solid as a rock, I have to say. So if you get it in the air, he's probably going to beat a lot of players to the ball. Manchester 62, they've obviously got the likes of Michael Carrick in charge there, but they've got Solomon Kalou, another versatile player who's played all over the world. Jonathan de Guzman, the Dutch Canadian, again, very well rounded, a great player. Aaron Hunt is the same as well. Lots of very nice stats, technique, penalty taking, vision, flair, concentration. He could be an absolute game changer for them. Danny Fox is probably one of the lower level, but again, still very good. Playing at centre half. Sebastian Prodl, another one who's coming to the end of his career, but certainly can still have a good game for you. Fabio Coentrao can almost play anywhere on the pitch. I mean, brilliant signing. Brian Ruiz, another one with lots of flair, lots of great technical attributes still at the age of 35, and with over 120 caps for Costa Rica, you can't go wrong. He's just got so much experience to hand out to other players. Adam Bogdan, Benjamin Makanjo as well, another one in there as well. Yeah, as I say, Adam Bogdan, former Liverpool man, the Hungarian coming in the side, and then Seydou Doumbia as well. A bit of a legend for the FIFA community out there as well. Let's take a look at Mons Kalp then. Kieran Westwood is the goalkeeper that they signed. A very good one at that. Ahmed El Mohammadi playing at the right back role. Again, can play a little bit further forward. Very well rounded as well. David Wheater playing at centre half. Another no nonsense centre half. 6'5", big guy. Will win everything in the air. And Cheikh Mbengwa, who can play centre-half, can play left-back, can even play a little bit further forward as well if needed. Charles Kabore playing at defensive midfield. Again, mentals are looking fantastic, 33 years old, so still got a few years in him. And it's the same with Carlos Eduardo, who's only 31. He still looks very good. And Henry Saivet as well. He's only 30. So they've got a few younger players in the midfield that could stick around for those 5 years. Usama Asaidi, the former Liverpool man, he's also looks very nice. A bit of flair as well in there. So that's always good to see. And Umar Nias as well up top. Mentals looking very nice. Physicals are great for 31 years old. It's just those technicals that maybe are missing it a little bit. Obviously, all these clubs still have their original players that they had. They've not had to get rid of anyone on that side of things. Anders Lindegaard coming in for St. Joseph's, 37 years old, plenty of experience there. Winston Reid playing at right back, it looks like, in the kind of pre-season games. But again, very decent New Zealand international. Neven Subotic, again, another one, former Borussia Dortmund man coming in there. Then you've got Felipe Melo. This is the extremely old midfield trio with Felipe Melo coming in there, can play anywhere, even in goal if needed. Sully Montari, who's 36. Again, fantastic mentals. And Morten Gamps Pedersen, who, I mean, his technicals are brilliant. If he had physicals, he would still be a very, very good player. Bright Enobake, again, 23 years old. Probably, I think he is the youngest player, even though I think I mentioned someone else was. He's the youngest, 23 years old, and looks very, very promising. Some great flair and technique, so he could be around for a while. Armand Traore playing on that left-hand side. Again, can play anywhere on that left-hand side, and certainly will do with some great stats. And then Obafemi Martin sitting up top on his own. Not quite got the pace that he used to have, but certainly still will cause absolute havoc for teams. And then Lee Griffiths as well. Physicals are draining a little bit, but technicals are still there. Mentals aren't great for someone who's 30 and had plenty of experience, but still a player who can certainly do bits. Bruno Magpies is also here. Arthur Burke being their goalkeeper signing. Looks very, very good. Coming in from Legia. Also played for Bournemouth and Southampton before that. Phil Jagielka at centre-half. The Englishman coming in there from Derby. Again, some great mentals, as most of these players will have. Giovanni Dos Santos as well. Looks very good. 32 years old, so plenty of room there. Over 100 games for Mexico as well. Uche, another one, striker. Not quite the physicals he used to have, but still very good technically and mentally. Then you've got Balas Juchak. Another one from Debrecen, who you might have seen in a previous save of mine. He's, again, technicals and mentals, very, very good. Can play midfield, further forward as well. Emiliano Insua, former Liverpool man, can play, looks like his preferred position is centre-half, but can play at left-back as well. Maybe that's because his physicals have dropped off a little bit since his time there. Luis Pedro Cavanda, though, looks a lot better in that situation. Can play either side, so very versatile there. It's good to have someone like him to be able to play either side. Nick Blackman as well, who I think is a bit of an understated pick. 6 caps and 3 goals for Barbados, and still looks very, very tidy. Not amazing finishing, first touch and dribbling, but I think he's still got something about him that can cause some problems for teams. Alain Traore, from Burkina Faso. He's also come into the side and looks very, very tidy. Can play almost anywhere as well. So again, another very good draft for them. College 1975 brought in Leonardo Ulloa up top. The 6'1" man will be looking to win every header possible. Al Robson Kanu as well, with him partnered up top with him. Could do absolute bits. The cycling GK Ben Foster, again, looking very good. He's still played in the Premier League for a long period. So at 38 years old, he's still got plenty to do. Tom Huddleston, 34, 4 caps for England as well. So another English international. Not the fastest, but again, mentals and technicals looking very good. Jason Punchin, similar, but still got a bit more physical attributes about him. Starting to play a little bit deeper than he used to, but again, can play almost anywhere going forward. Branislav Ivanovic, experienced centre-backs or / full-back, over 100 caps for Serbia. That kind of says it all, really. Certainly someone I'd probably look to play at centre-half for a team like this. Mohamed Diame as well, again, very versatile. Physicals are great. 34 years old and his physicals still look like that is fantastic. Mentals are great as well. Technicals could have a little bit to desire, but still not too bad. And Mapu Yangambiwa playing at centre-half. Again, very, very good indeed. Moving on to Europa FC. Scott Carson in goal. Of course, he's played 1 game for Man City in his kind of 2-3 year spell with them. And he will certainly be in a few more games for Europa. Phil Barsley at right back. Again, another one that is very underrated. Can certainly do bits. Can play either side. Could probably end up playing at centre-half as well a little bit further down the line. Vergaard Foran also coming in there. Some decent stats there. Some good strength, balance, jumping reach, natural fitness. It's just a shame on the pace, really. That's all. Then you've got Jakub Blaszczykowski, who will be retiring at the end of the season. So it's a bit of a shame, really, that they've only got him for 1 year. But he might be able to do a couple of bits for him. Can play almost anywhere on that right-hand side and going forward as well. Then we've got Valan Barami, who, again, fantastic pick. Almost, I mean, so versatile, so good on the ball, great mentals. Just really a very, very good signing. Fabian Johnson on the left-hand side, though, is, again, another one that I think is the versatility says it all. It kind of makes up your mind with regards to the pick. And then up top, you've got Shane Long, who's a great signing at 34 years old. So athletically fit still. And work rates, it's all there. And then Aruna Coney as well to partner him up there Physicals aren't quite as good, but still very good on the other stats. And then we've also got Syriac Goibai, who's another one who will be retiring at the end of the season. So it's a shame, I'd say end of the season, halfway through the season by the looks of it. He's already decided that he wants to end his career, which is a shame, again, at 30 years old. But he's obviously taken that money and leaving. He's not having any of that business. Europa Point brought in Wes Houlihan, coming in from Cambridge. He's looks a decent player, versatile midfielder. Emmanuel Adebayor, who's obviously had a lot of experience all across the globe, really, playing for the likes of Arsenal, Real Madrid, Man City, and looks very good still. Roman Eremenko, another one who can literally play anywhere on the pitch other than goalkeeper. How good he is there, we'll see, but still very good. Jeremy Mathieu playing at centre half, very, very versatile, very good, and they're not paying him any wages because he's already accepted an amateur contract, which is kind of crazy. Freddie Guarin, he has also signed for them. Another player who's just ridiculously good for that. Christian Fuchs, former Premier League winner, and again, technicals fantastic. The only one that is below a 10 is his finishing out of that and agility. So, I mean, that is well-rounded in a nutshell. Itumilenkun, another goalkeeper who looks very, very good. Physicals, a little bit to desire, but his loyalty to Kaiser Chiefs obviously stood him well. And then Laurent Koscielny, who's got a little bit of an injury at the moment, 2 to 4 weeks, but should be back in plenty of time for the season. I mean, he's fantastic. And there you go. Europa Point has that one. And then we come back to our club. It is Hound Dogs. We were drafted to Hound Dogs, and this is kind of the team we've gone for at the moment. We've got Diego Alves in goal. Obviously, a fantastic keeper, hell of a keeper to have there, which is great. Andre Wisdom will be playing right back at the moment, 28 years old, so plenty of time there. Dede is at centre half. Again, happy with him being brought in. Ramirez, probably the best player to have signed from the midfield. Again, can develop as a right back if needed or further forward. 34 years old, so probably we'll just stick him in centre midfield as normal. Sifri Shabalala as well will be coming in. Attacking midfield is probably the position we'll play him, just because then he hasn't really got the pace for out wide, so he'll be playing more at centre midfield. Graziano Pella will be up top though, looking very, very good. Alongside him will be John Christoph Baerback, the younger player, 28 years old, in there. And then we've also got, where are they? Let me find them. Emerson Boyce, who can play right back, centre back, right midfield. I mean, he's not exactly fantastic, but he's a good one to have in the side. And Ricardo Fuller's a similar thing there. Good backup. He'll be mentoring players, that's for sure. But that's pretty much it. If we show you the tactic, it is a 4-3-1-2. That is where we're going. Draper sitting in the middle, Williams, Ramirez, and then up top, the Pella Baerback duo. So we'll have to see how that goes. So we'll go into kind of our team a little bit more. Friendly-wise, we've got Ghent, Newcastle, Granada, Olahannes, and then we've got Glasgow United. But the only ones who aren't in the Cups at the moment, I think that'll change next season. As we'll be all merged into one, as we're all merged into one league. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. That is the league, 12 teams in there. It's going to be a big one. Lincoln obviously won it previously before the draft, the last season before it, and Europa before that. But otherwise, we're predicted to come second. Obviously, they were very impressed with our draft. Europa up top, Magpies, Joseph Lincoln, Lions at the bottom there. But if we take a look at the Dream 11, we've got Diego Alves in goal, who's our goalkeeper. El Mohammadi for Mons Calp. Musacchio for Glasgow United. Fuchs for Europa Point. At centre half with Kwadwo Asamoah for Lynx. Sebastian Larson for Glasgow United. Freddie Guarin for Europa Point. Carlos Eduardo for Mons Calp. And then Felipe Melo for St. Joseph. Brian Ruiz for Man 62. And then Balotelli for Lions up top. So it's very spread. Like, I mean, it makes sense considering it's a draft, so it's going to be like that. Obviously, that is the only draft that will be happening. Then from then on, it will be normal transfers. The first transfer window has been blocked, so you can't make any transfers in the first window. But look at that wage budget we've got. It's plenty of money, all because of the funding that the government gave every club. Obviously, the overall balance is 4 million there, but if we bring in the sponsors Okay, that doesn't want to show us what the sponsors are or the income, but we do get a bunch of money. That's pretty much it. That's what I can tell you. We get, I think it's like 50 million or something, so that's very nice. But every club gets that, so it'll be interesting to see how they develop. I think it's only for 15 years, so it won't be for a long time. We'll have to see how it goes, or at least it's till 2035. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments of how you think this is going to go. I don't know if this is going to be long or short. Depends how things go, how involved we get. But this is an idea I had for a long time, and I wanted to get it done. I wanted to have a go at it, see what it was like. But there you go. We'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below, anything else, any ideas for experiments, Wonder Kids, all that stuff as well. And I'll catch you in the next one.